Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm Joanna Kleinman, psychotherapist and CEO of the Mastering Your Mind Coaching Company. And today we're talking about something that most people aren't really saying out loud, and that is how can you have what might look to other people like the picture perfect life and still feel completely disconnected inside, right? So have you ever looked around at your life and thought, everything should be good? Why do I still feel so empty inside? So, if that question has crossed your mind, you're in the right place. So, let's kind of get real about it, all right, today, okay? Because um you might be showing up as, right? Maybe you're a good parent or you're a loyal friend or you've got a thriving business. But inside, you might be feeling almost a little numb or a little dissatisfied or restless or wondering, is this really all there is? Okay. So before we get into this, I actually want you to do something that might feel a little radical about this, but I actually want you to thank yourself. Okay. I want you to thank yourself for being curious enough to play this video, okay? Because that curiosity is really your authentic self whispering to you, all right? So this moment right here that you're watching this video could be the beginning of everything for you because you're in getting curious. You're wanting something different for yourself, okay? So let's just talk about why you might feel off. We've got this automatic mind. I call that our inner critic self. And when we don't feel fulfilled, that automatic self loves to jump into shame, right? You have no right to feel this way. Why do you feel this way? You should be happy. What's wrong with you? Okay. Now, here's the truth, there's nothing wrong with you. You are just being pulled towards a new version of your life. And your inner critic is panicking. Your inner critic is fighting for its existence. Okay. Now, maybe you're dreaming about something new. Maybe you're dreaming about writing a book or leaving a job or becoming a coach or ending a relationship or starting a relationship. And your inner critic has one and only job, and that is to stop you. Why does your inner critic want to stop you? Because your inner critic's job is to keep you in the familiar and the known. To your inner critic, that feels comfortable. So, in order to keep you in the familiar and the known, your inner critic is going to flood you with fear and doubt and shame. And you're never getting rid of your inner critic. Never. Okay. That's why this is called dethroning your inner critic and not silencing your inner critic or kicking your inner critic to the curb. Okay. Your inner critic is the part of you, the part of your nervous system, the part of your brain that's wired for control and certainty and predictability and safety. So the moment that you start envisioning change, especially when you have no idea how to make that change a reality, your inner critic is going to try and hijack that vision. Okay. And so there are a lot of people that are walking through life with what we really could say is high functioning depression. Okay. You're still getting stuff done, you're showing up, but inside you feel kind of meh, like meh, little disconnected, a little drained, a little hollow. And no one sees it because you're still performing and you're still putting on a happy face, right? And you're still out there in your life. But you're recognizing that your fulfillment is no longer coming from checking those boxes, right? It's no longer coming from where it used to come from, which was maybe achievements and proving and getting to the next level. Okay. So what you're starting to wake up to is that the only place that your joy is going to come from is within yourself. Okay. Now, to unlock that joy that's already within you right now, it is not about shifting anything outside of yourself. It is about understanding what is called your biopsychosocial blueprint. Now, let's break that down. Okay. Biology is your hardwiring, your hormones, your nervous system, your stress response. Psychology is your story, your beliefs, your traumas, your thoughts, your patterns of beliefs. Okay. And then social is your environment, your relationships, your daily habits, your surroundings. Now, when either one of these or maybe all three of these are out of alignment, your inner critic takes over. Okay. Now, nothing outside of you is going to fix that misalignment. All right. But when you tune in, when you get quiet, when you get still, and you actually use that inner turmoil, that inner struggle, that feeling, right? Whatever that sort of lower energy feeling it is. It could be dissatisfaction, it could be anger, it could be frustration, it could be complaining, right? It doesn't matter what it is. When you tune into yourself and you actually start asking that energy some questions, right? Like, what is this really about? Right? What is it that I think I should be or life should be that it's not? And then on the flip side, start inquiring about what already lights you up right now. What kind of connection in your life already nourishes you? What does joy feel like for me right now? Not what do I have to fix and change and what do I have to get and what no, what lights me up? What nourishes me? What does joy feel like right now? And when you start looking from that lens, right? What is it that's already working right now? Everything starts to change. Okay. So for me, joy for me comes from connection. It comes from connection with myself and it comes from connection with the people that I love, not connection with everybody, with the people that I love. All right. So not everyone's joy looks like mine. My husband, for example, needs alone time. He needs solitude. He needs space. I need connection. Okay. Now, if he goes into his solitude and space and I need connection, okay, and he's not able to give me that connection right now because he needs solitude and space, in that moment, I have a choice. I'm either going to go down my automatic rabbit hole and make that mean something about him and about me and our relationship, and he doesn't care enough about me. Okay. Or I'm going to start to take responsibility for my own joy instead of waiting for him to connect with me to make me feel joy. Right. Now, for years, I didn't know about that. Right. So here I wanted connection. And when he needed solitude, I tried to force connection. Right. And I did that in many areas of my life. Right. Because I thought connection was the key to joy. I even tried to force my older son to be more connected, to be more social. Right. I used to try and force my business to grow faster because I wanted to connect with more people. Okay. This is what I finally got to realize after years and years of doing that self examination underneath all of the reflexive pain, all of the reflexive anger, all of the reflexive frustration. Okay. You don't need to control how your life is going to unfold to give you the feeling that you think you need. You need to trust right now. The only place where you can actually shift into alignment, into the peace, into the fulfillment, into joy is right now. So when you focus on managing your inner state, your energy, your thoughts, your emotions, that's when life starts unfolding in a different direction and it actually starts unfolding for you, right? So you can start by practicing energy leadership in your biology, in your psychology, and in your social world. So, biology, what do I need physically? What does my body need right now physically? How can I just be here and just maybe focus on my breath? Maybe I need to rest. How can I get present in my body? Psychology. What are different thoughts that I can choose right now? What are different truths that I can embody? Just because my automatic mind views something as a fact or as the truth. Is this really true? How do I know it's true? Is there something else that could be true? And then your social, protecting your peace, surrounding yourself only with people who make you feel good, letting go of the things and the experiences and the shoulds and the supposed to's that drain your peace, right? Because when your nervous system is calm, your mind is aligned. Okay? When you are consciously aligning your energy with gratitude and trust and presence, you become magnetic. You become the version of you that doesn't need to chase anything outside of yourself. Instead, it's really wild how this happens. The more you manage your own internal state, the more that life starts meeting you there. And this is where the people and the experiences and the circumstances kind of start just coming to you, the right aha moments, the right, all of a sudden the clarity where there was no clarity. Okay. So if this message stirred something in you, if you're ready to stop feeling empty and to start actually creating a life that feels more like yours, I want you to check out my masterclass. It is called Redesign Your Future, The Hidden Truth About Transformation. It is only $47. And it really is a powerful step towards you breaking free from your inner critic self and living in alignment with your authentic self. So the link is right below this video. And if you do decide to take the course, I'd love to hear from you. I read every single email, truly. I've heard from so many of you that say that this was a powerful step for you because this journey is not about fixing yourself. It's not about changing anything outside of yourself. It's about coming home to who you were always meant to be. So thank yourself again for showing up today. You are not behind, you are right on time. Subscribe to this channel for more content like this. And until next time, just remember the more that you keep chipping away at who you're not, the more you are becoming who you're meant to be. Thanks for tuning in today.